And more than ever before, Ghana is in a very uncomfortable situation. And he said, Obiade Sahaba Monsam politics. Number two, upon the appointment of defense minister, unlike other ministries, it didn't happen at the between the boom, I between class scrap be near the no. When it comes to ministries like finance minister, foreign affairs minister, interior minister, and defense minister, Oko Article 83 of the Constitution, they make specific mention of them. It is not about your president's discretion or prerogative.
Obviously, we my mention na memo akwaba mfa wo embra afidie so na enne basa ya ekoso wo my Ghana mu enam so ama enimdefo bi a wo mabokui e wo bambo ho sensemu wo mo de nsem bi atodwa e kire se wo hwede ye boboba no a ene enyan pa se NDC aban wanhwe na wono ma anyi amanwasem emfiri atennie ya asese ekoso no a ene na enyade se de asomdwe bebre wo my Ghana afri se kabima min kabi ena ye wom enti kura no se obi efum emra ya wokwan ya faso ye gina ya mamra constitution so na ya ne oni no adi nkam ya sese de wunya asem titru ya NPP ni na se de kokoto a ye nhwe nkratem na ye mu aten se de emra no esie na mum ye de amanyosem na eyi watan enti ye kwan ya faso obi ti se abronya ye chi no na ebesi na ye ntimi ama no bail condition bi anka se momfa we mra da bi eno an se ye se ye mfa ne nkonkotwene mu abra yeni na asem kura eya asem bebre no na sese ekoso na enemdifo bi so ababonten ababekire mi se wo man yankasa sese ye wo mu a yeni defense minister oswafo na ebehwe bamba ho sensem so yeni bi efiri bre ya o mane boama ase ehu ahwan ya no first wo ye minister ya omukonya ewiamuhyen akwanhia yi efiri sabre ne babesi na enya ade se ya pa obi a eba bedadwa se fly lieutenant John Lawlessness ne ba abayo ayo ya mra shebedwane wono enanka ize kiyeyi no nanso amanwesem ti NDC fo no ankasa ebesi ne wo mo entimi mbo ne din se wono ena emra meye bambo so afo nti se de atwetwe wono mobo ya wono mo mpese wo mo beyi obi a ne no ena ni difo bi o mo nim de e wo bambo ho sensem mu no wo ma babonte de nsem bia batudwane NPP fo mpanimfo bi o mo susu se de ekono enya ade se ye enya ade se de nkabom ebe o man no enya ade se de asomdwe nso bebada ti se NPP for sorry se NDC for wo mo mpene toto mpene no a wo mo hwe no mo mfa nsem a ekoso no mfa mra kwan so nyesa eye denia sebe dodo akonya ba akofo ntena so nche ebere no so a ya hwe a wo mo benu wo mo ho papa yenko tie nkomo twetwe ne bi braziga woni saa enemdefo yi atwetwe nkomo e wo bamba ho sensem a ekoso wo man Ghana mu ha e ma yure mfisa obe like me video ya mama afi share na ne titiri wo fa wadwen kire nso so bra.
Of Parliament has also joined us on the line. I have Dr. Duke, Doc, a security and a conflict analyst. Doc, thank you very much, sir. Why joining here now? Uche the Honorable Ekaya. Since Dr. Omane Boama, the defense minister, it has taken us almost 8 months now, almost 1 year now, and I yentimi appointee a substantive minister. If say a defense ministry who don't you think say and so dangerous say up to now yentimi appointee a defense minister and I say de who be asa
Madam Michelle and you Ejifonia Bajote Benka.
Yeah, we think apart. We are also very sorry, sir.
No problem. In actual fact, the defense minister a very important role Nippon play the country's security sector. One of the rules in the Sober say, as far as mother was say, of the security architecture, you coordinate activities, although you have the Interior Ministry and the Minister and then the National Security, apparatus also there. But the Defense Minister, no, so you are looking at internal and external threats. You would bring ideas to bear, you solicit for various suggestions, you coordinate, you cooperate with other key stakeholders in the country because we are a key member of the Armed Forces Council, we are a key member in cabinet, we are a key member decision making for that matter. As I said, Ujina Homa, political representative for the president. Now, the word dangerous have not, I would not say it's dangerous yet because then we have not experience any threat, say, because we don't have a defense minister, it is dangerous. However, it doesn't mean say we shouldn't look at or talk about the fact to say we need to have a defense minister looking at the threat we are facing near our borders. It is very crucial, and there will be a short article with regards to say there are various reasons to have a defense minister, because it's very key to look at how you can coordinate defense and then security processes. And there are many threats facing us, okay, near our borders and far away, Burkina, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, who have all recorded issues about violent extremism. It's very critical, say, he would think again, meet stakeholders again, and then do a threat analysis, okay, with regards to say, where do we stand, okay, or Mali, how will it affect us? And this analysis when you are kind of like readiness or emergency level. So if we need to increase our emergency preparedness level or alert level now, we have to do it. Now, one other issue, we have people who would say, well, there's no need because other countries, they don't have a defense minister, but nobody can attack them. That is per the understanding, no problem. But those countries geographically are different and their dynamics are different from having. We have ever increasing threats at a war, proliferation of small arms and light weapons, issues. Yes, you are tackling the issue, but the presence of a defense minister is not just for the political representation, but also to coordinate these activities. Or because you are not having any issues yet, but you don't know when something will come up. So it is better to be prepared and to initiate preventive actions than to wait. Until baby say, okay, so say we don't need a defense minister now. It's not a priority now. Why don't you elevate the deputy to be active so that you relieve the finance minister to focus on his role? Those are the questions people will also ask. And also say, if you have trust issues and now you don't believe that the deputy can be a substantive minister, why don't you bring somebody else to be acting? Because there are certain decisions bordering on welfare of the sector. The defense minister alone can take that decision, append his signature, and then relay information to the president. There are some certain decisions and key, decisions to be made that the acting may not be able to, or the deputy may not be able to. So, in all of this, what does the Constitution of Ghana say? Are we going according to the Constitution or not? The defense minister sits on several boards of various institutions under his jurisdiction. And those boards need direction. Those boards have issues about welfare, have issues about promotions, continuity. It is Sebani said finance minister, he's having a lot on his hands and he can't take up all these things. It is essential to have a substantive minister who would look at all these welfare issues bordering on the men or the jurisdiction that he's controlling. And these are some of the reasons why we are speaking as such.
All right. Can I say? I remember when President John Dramani Mahama campaigned to become a president or Ghana for 2024 elections. One of year it was captured in your manifesto. They say Obeyisu 60 ministers. Now he's doing 58 minus Dr. Manebuama. May he so rest in perfect peace. Now 57. And the reason why I know say Opeso yes 60 ministers to save the coffers of this country, save us money. Don't you think say a bisuswa the air cost we don't hear anything, we don't see anything bad, any no say you appointed the defense minister Bia it will also go into our coffers, so we have to maintain it.
In every institution, so Kasobe recruitment, it will definitely go into your coffers. You have to pay for it. But you look at the short mid-term to long-term goal and objectives, and whether it has been successful. In the past, what has been the contribution of a defense minister? You look at all those things, you understand? And if you look at those things, the money-wise now, the politicians, they make a lot of, promises with regards to appointments and all of that. But I don't think the numbers will go against anything. We are talking about the security of the country, and we're talking about the role the defense minister will play in the country and even outside the country, which is very critical. So I don't think the issue about money comes in here.
I see. So you suggest that and contrary to what Felix Kwachu said, on behalf of the president, you as a security consultant, we need a substantive defense minister now.
Exactly. So we should look at the pros and cons. And as I said, we should be able to do our risk assessment. And then that would enable us to know where we are as a country, the threats facing us. It's not only the external threats, but the internal threats very key. And if the political elite thinks there's no need, that they should give the citizens a timeline from now to when do you think you are okay without a defense minister?
Okay. So say thank you very much. You're
welcome.
Mami introduce you Honorable John Intim-Fojo, he's a ranking member, Parliamentary Select Committee on Defense and Interior, but before Bebano, let's go and listen to Felix Kwachu Ofosu. When I come back, then Honorable Eddie Atwa. So let's listen to Felix Kwachu Ofosu. I'll come back and ask Honorable a certain paragraph here. Okay, so let's watch him.
Who is in the acting capacity at the Defense Ministry. So everything is on track. If there's any lapse, that's not been because there's not a standalone defense minister. It is the president's prerogative to appoint ministers. And once he deems it necessary to do so at any moment, he will communicate it to me, I will communicate it to you. But I want to stress that the defense ministry continues to be in safe hands, it continues to be in experienced hands, and it is running smoothly. And I've indicated that their fortunes have even begun to improve over the last few months because they are acquiring equipment that is necessary to keep them up to speed in terms of the operational readiness and the ability to defend our territorial integrity.
All right, so that was Felix Kwachu Ofosu, government spokesperson, and I'm what to say or Kasara. But let me go to Honorable Intim-Fojo. Honorable, if you listen to the full length of the interview, even where we captured now, or say the absence of the substantive minister has not affected Ghana's security architecture, you as a ranking member, everything about the security in this country, you are aware. Everything about defense, you are aware. Interior, you are aware. Tell us, do you think that it hasn't affected our security architecture? To say the all canon, say it affected us. I didn't know won't come, but I didn't know yet. Before we are rushing, say or appoint a substantive minister.
You made that me as a gaming chat on could demand one year a share tea in a title, Minyanoma, or money was why Kasa, Honorable Nicholas Amankwa, and Dr. Victor, Dr. Medincha, the Mao BBR, and the other panelists. In fact, the mechanism a ban bon Samoa, and yet politics. Now, the Ecosono, more beyond fine politics. It's not to be defended. It is reckless, it is dangerous. While by more dear politics, no unit to one. One contractor wants to be the geopolitics are echoes of the world, the geopolitics of West Africa. In fact, that I'll give you a map of the threat of violent extremism and terrorism. And said the Abe here we I cover a baby from the west neighbors to the east, to the north, baby, back a form parity at Washington. And more than ever before, Ghana is in a very uncomfortable situation. And he said, Obiade Sahaba Monsam politics. Number two, about the appointment of defense minister. Unlike other ministries, Edi open at so. Opekra between the miensa boom, ayabako, between class scrap be near the no. When it comes to ministries like finance minister, foreign affairs minister, interior minister, and defense minister, Oko Article 83 of the Constitution, they make specific mention of them. It is not about your president's discretion or prerogative. It's far from that. Over Article 83 of the Constitution of Ghana, it talks about the composition of the National Security Council. The membership is stated clearly. Now, members now only in no. Even 1 year, any ministers in Pono, it is not in the president prerogative. Say, Obeka say, we who here, Intino mepa, may appoint it, mepa, mema, we are. Every member stated there within the intendment of the framers of the Constitution. No so be ne role open who here. My bam boy complete a baku free mukra. Why a mistake seem to be the they stated it. So it goes beyond presidential prerogative. It's a constitutional mandate. Any defense minister or substantive, no. It is a dereliction of duty, and it is also a constitutional breach because the national security architecture, no, it is not constitutionally constituted. It has the constitutionally mandated composition of National Security Council. No, it is lacking because you need minister responsible for this. Because it makes mention for minister with a portfolio for finance, minister with a portfolio for foreign affairs, minister with a portfolio for interior, and minister with a portfolio for defense. And if within the thinking of the framers of the 1992 Constitution, if they wanted the two ministries to be joined together, say finance ministry, subsume or non defense, fakaho and subsume defense ministry, fakwete finance. I say if that was the thinking of the framers of the Constitution, and one more institute, you know this thing. So in the framers' mind, Constitution, it gives room. Say obetumi asese cabinet na di mu de say we nya finance minister anko na we nya defense minister anso anko. Now to the question of action arrangement in governance, a ban action arrangement at cabinet level, it is done, it is accepted, but it is used for temporary measure, just temporary within a short time. Be a problem, be a ba, and now say restructuring be ba because. And now be a free move, and now appointment, substantive appointment be back within some days, weeks. Now one person vacuum be a banner. Now one man will be acted on behalf of the other. And it is just for a short period. It's not even to exceed a month. We are talking about 10 months. This is recklessness. This is a sustained distortion of national security architecture. If you also know, say uka say wo hwe nipa eso actima obia ukofa obi say minister for interior not say o act for minister for defense assume because they are all within the security sector. Won nyina no public safety sector and in defense and security sector governance, they are major players. And this baku ni ho na baku hwe kira. They compare notes, they share notes, they go for joint meetings. But finance and in defense, completely unrelated, particularly at the time when the deputy defense minister and so on, or yeah, Obia, onye a known security expert, onye Obia a ban policy muswa, what ne credence as anything is, does he have any previous policy leadership experience? No. Was he a military general, colonel, or even major? No. Was he an lecturer in international relations? No. And then a ban of defense gravitas. Or no, affair no abem waba sekanim. So what you say? So who actually
But before you continue, I remember when Dr. Kwame Adekufo, he did at OK University and came to Accra to do medicine, physician, any idea. He had no idea for security, but he was appointed a defense minister, was able to man the place and being a judge and one of the best defense ministers.
Listen to me well. Ziga, listen to me well. I said, what is his previous policy leadership experience?
Okay.
You are talking about Dr. Dukufo. Dr. Dukufo, the wealth of experience in leadership or even in private practice, management, leadership or the wealth of experience or they bound on board, even as a member of parliament in the previous parliament and not by ever power. So we are talking about experience in policy area, experience in leadership. We are talking about all prior security experience or prior policy experience. These are 4 different experiences. Mama, Emudia and a defense minister, deputy Obama. Do you understand? If you talk about somebody like Honorable Muntaka, yes, he's not a police officer, he's not a security officer, but he's been a senior member of parliament over 4 or 5, 6 times. Why yet chief whip? He's in leadership in the policy environment when it comes to enactment of laws and policy. He has experience. And this on yet security aspect, he can deliver on the back of the policy experience. So we are not saying only your friends saying military person. No, these are various categories. Now, having said that, what I want to also point again, and is that Obi Bekase BBNC intino yan China BBNC answer ya appointed defense minister Nipano Mpegana Asem. What do Maya? The air no, he will condemn it. Number 3, Speaker of Parliament Edna Nwatu Assembly last year say a very dangerous and reckless say yin to me appoint a substantive defense minister and to Mampeni appointed various security experts, including Madam Dr. Victor, and in many CSOs within the security sector have added their voices to the call. Honorable Nicholas Amankwa, my respected friend, will come and say, the Speaker of Parliament on any yarding now, sorry, Obabe contradicted Speaker of Parliament, having been MP for over 30-something years and been Speaker for 2 terms. The war have been minister and leader before experience our work. No cancer or Mampeni, the party, the Beboa of mining here, appointed defense minister. Now, because a beyond defense Nipa Minu and a free more not be ministers. Minister for environment and a minister for defense. Ziga, what to say Ubi Kase or Mampeni appointed minister for environment? Have you heard any such calls?
No, I haven't heard anybody saying that.
Have you heard any stakeholder, whether parliamentarian, whether Speaker of Parliament, whether CSO or expert, saying some company appoint a minister for environment, appoint immediately? Yeah. No, because by nature of that sector, what they consider natural resources are there. You can manage it together and there will be no issues. But when it comes to defense is like foreign affairs, it is like finance, it is like education. They are huge and they are standalone. In itself, the daily oversight, the oversight of the defense sector, and your parliament in Kwana exercise oversight. The first body constitutionally mandated to exercise oversight and give direction over the defense sector, a minister for defense. And to chief of defense staff, chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, chief of air staff, chief of staff of the Ghana Armed Forces. Wouldn't need minister for defense. There is no oversight responsibility. No matter how competent they are. And that is why I get worried in this country. If not for hypocrisy. And can wind the bit to me at the time when 6 people have been killed in a security failure, in the failed security recruitment. Because of incompetent recruitment practices, because there was no leadership to give proper direction.
Yes. I was about to ask you that question. Say, do you think, at that time there was a substantive minister? We could have avoided that. Sadly, could have eluded us.
A lot of these things could have been avoided if that defense minister competent there. Because if you're a competent defense minister, you will review the tactical and operational plans of the soldiers.
All right.
And you will give broad policy directions. And Kahonu say, you are inviting several over 80,000 people to one place at a time, and your deployment of military police for crowd control, there are only 6 people. Do you want people to die? Are you certain? You would have quickly flagged it and reviewed it.
Okay.
So there be.
Right.
Number
Thank you very much.
If you are in a country, let me give you a
minute to wrap up.
Yes,
Professor.
a minute to wrap up. We'll show how 6 traders or so were killed avoidably in terrorist killing in Burkina Faso. Nasa Wufi say nothing is happening. If you look at the escalating Boko conflict and other chieftaincy conflicts in Ghana, Nipe wu, soldier wu, police wu, citizens wu, every day, look at Limos. Look at how at Galamsey. The Galamseyers are wielding more sophisticated weapons, and they have more men than soldier fighting. So you look at all these insecurities, and on the back of Binyiri, look at what happened in Binyiri, look at what is happening in Sampa, Boko, and other places. And on the back of our deteriorating security, where Global Peace Index, in 2025, our security credentials drop from being the 38th most peaceful country in the world in 2021. We dropped to 61 from being the 2nd most peaceful country in Africa in 2021. In 2025, we dropped about 7. So we should be worried as a country.
Okay.
At a time when we are holding regional, we have Accra Initiative, we have regional conferences on security, we have a lot of engagement with the Sahel and the other accord be near the treaties be. Now you have gone to sign a defense cooperation agreement with EU. When you don't have a defense minister, who is going to implement it?
Thank you very much.
In conclusion, if President Mahama takes our soldiers seriously, he would have appointed a defense minister for them. And Kobe appointed defense minister, they are substantive, because finance minister, no, how big finance ministry is. Breben to Benya, a jacuzzi soldier for inflation, or doing payment to contractors, or doing exchange rate.
Thank you very much. Yes, Dr. John Intim Fordro is a ranking member, Parliamentary Select Committee on Defense, and I'm going to say, so thank you very much, Honorable Jasper. You take a last bite before you leave out. Let me talk to we still have Dr. Victor Doak is a security and a conflict analyst still with us, and of course Nicholas Amankwa, member of the same committee, still with us. But in the next 10 minutes, let me take Professor Daniel Dramani Kipu, Associate Professor, Lagos Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy, University of Ghana, the security consultant. Said thank you very much for joining us. Now, looking at how Mr. Atoforson has manned the defense ministry till now, don't we think that it is giving us an idea that one day we can merge the defense and the interior together, so that we save money? Hello, sir. Hello, Prof. Hello, Prof.
Hello?
Yeah, Professor. Yeah, Prof. Professor Dramani. Okay, if Prof is not there, let me give the same question, Mami, from Dr. Doak. So, Doc, they said that me bisa say Orato forcing such a crucial ministry like a finance ministry. Nese what me the defense and also so kase pass at the canon. Emma what me mania for 10 good months. Don't we think say it is also giving us an idea, say one day we can save money by way of merging a defense ministry with another ministry with one minister? I bet me boy. Or we still have to separate the defense from any ministry. Hello, Doc. Hello, Dr. Doc. Yeah. Hello, Doc. Dr. Victor. Hello, Doctor. Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. And your question was what? Asking if we should merge defense ministry to another ministry.
No, my question is, what shall I say? We are to forcing. What you see, I carry no home. The finance ministry, you know, big, and the defense is also big. I want to me, I manage these two ministries for 10 good months without saying TBB and and no, and my idea be said that you know, you bet me, as a Wusika by way of say, merge the defense ministry with another ministry to save money. And now the defense ministry is not a ministry that we should merge with any ministry.
My brother, as for this discussion, let's not even have it. These are two different ministries put together, two different dynamics playing out. Institutional hierarchy is different. You understand? One deals with defending your territories. One just deals with what? Financing. And you can't say you are going to merge or you want to merge this ministry, a very sensitive ministry and important at that, to any other ministry. So let's not even have that discussion. And whether someone has been able to prove himself in an area doesn't mean he will be able to succeed or prove himself in another. These are two different institutions, and we don't even have to entertain this discussion.
So that's why we should not try to merge it. If it can save us money.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there. This discussion, if you want us to have, we need a whole different hour to have it. Then we can talk about the indices, the variables, the characteristics. We'll look at the disadvantages and advantages. Right? It is not a discussion you would just want an answer whether yes or no. It goes beyond that.
Oh, I see. What about the interior ministry? Can't we merge the two, the interior ministry?
My brother, I don't think this discussion is worth having. We are talking about merging institutions or not. No, I've already given you the reasons why we cannot merge defense ministry per what I know. So I think we should end it there.
Okay. So, but sir, before you go, you tell us. Say, Ebasa Omanpeni John Dramani Mahama, you have studied all the appointees the other time we heard Madam Zenator, Dr. Zenator Rollins say one day will be the defense ministry near there. Apart from no, if you come through his aya, Biana Omanpeni Susuno is hiding behind that to appoint the substantive minister. Biana will not be or be trusting and I say if he says the person is competent enough to say they're okay, say we need somebody or sharp and competent. But say if you come through the ministry, appointees now, who do you think say could be and many we are so man Penika appointed a defense minister? It should be that person.
I don't really know who he has in his cabinet or in his government. Who is competent enough to take up this role to command respect from the ministry and then also gain respect, who has experience, leverage on international issues, security issues, and understands the dynamics when they talk about conflict, when you talk about security sector governance, when you talk about military-civil relationships. With all this, whoever they have and think is right for the position, they should look at all these variables and characteristics and many more. Someone who will be able to seek the welfare of personnel and then holistically bring on board ideas to build the ministry.
Okay. Sir, we thank you very much for today, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Doc Victor is a security and a conflict analyst. You heard him, okay. We still have Honorable Nicholas Amankwa so on the line. But before, Bessa Honorable Honorable. Oh, okay, so I'm told that, yes, Professor Kipo is with us. So, Prof, take over. You have listened to all the speakers. What's your takeaway, sir?
All right, thank you very much. And thanks to dear viewers and listeners for such a very important topic on the long-awaiting appointment or nomination of a minister for defense. Defense, as Honorable Reverend Ntim have said, it's a very crucial ministry. Very, very important. If you're counting the ministries, we cannot, if we don't start from defense, then we should get to read the second. And if you come to finance, it's a very huge ministry. And the minister has so much on him to carry for the day-to-day affairs in managing our economy. So adding defense certainly is a lot of caseload that is added to the finance minister.
Yeah.
So, but he's a very competent person, and I believe that he's able to handle the two. That notwithstanding, I still think that it is appropriate, and we are also hoping that the president will be able to settle and nominate another person to take over the defense. Despite the fact that the acting minister is very competent and able, I think the ministry is so powerful and so sensitive that we need somebody to be able to provide ministry sector advisory defense issues about Ghana's external relations. The threats are all over, the Gulf of Guinea, maritime security. We should have a sector minister that will be able to advise. And if we come to our relation to Sahel, Burkina, Mali, that is a very troubling area. And spillover is very possible that we could have some of this thing come over. Togo, the northern part, a lot of security threat there. Ghana is around the Côte d'Ivoire is to the west. So all these areas clearly tell us that our neighboring things are the defense. We need to have a defense minister to advise. And I think the onus lies with the president. It is what we hope that the president will be able to come out and get a very competent someone to a substantive minister to take over the Ministry of Defense. It is very necessary. And I believe that the president will not gloss over race. And I believe that the president is doing all his consultation to be able to come out with somebody who will be able to man the ministry and move the country forward. Because our external defense is very, very crucial. And we need a substantive minister to help and be at defense and be a cabinet to advise the president on external defense. So that is very important. Even all these bilateral relations that we have we have signed with Burkina Faso, this we need a minister should be there to be able to continue to strengthen Ghana's external relation with Burkina. And the sector minister is there, and that is very important. And as I said it, the finance minister has a lot of work on him. So getting a separate substantive minister to man defense is appropriate. And I think the call is a legitimate call, and we hope that the president will do the needful. And I believe the president is doing his consultation, and at the right time, as his spokesperson said, the president will nominate and he will come to announce whoever the president has settled. We are hoping that that will be done in a very timeous manner for the country.
I thank God that you listen to Honorable Ntim Fordwe. In fact, I mentioned a lot of conflict, which we, if you don't take care, definitely it will be stretched to us. For example, the Biniri one, the Ghanaian tomato traders that were attacked in Burkina Faso, the Sub-Sahara, the coup, Beritru juntas taking over and all that. 10 months of vacuum, if you use that, we use the word dangerous, that it is dangerous for not appointing a substantive minister. Are we exaggerating? Because people don't want to hear the word dangerous. Are we exaggerating, or we shouldn't have gone there at all?
I wouldn't say it's a dangerous per se, but I will use the word like it is appropriate that we have a substantive minister for defense.
I see.
But yes, so it's appropriate. I will use the word is appropriate, and it's very needful that that should be done. But that notwithstanding, I don't think that it is the president that has the power, because he has been elected by the people, and he has to govern the country by providing the security of the country. This external security at the northern Burkina, security at the east Togo, security at the west Cote d'Ivoire, and even security at the south, that is the Gulf of Guinea. Maritime security, we have a lot of theft at the sea, we have piracy, all these things are security threats at the sea. So, and these are areas that we need a substantive minister to be able to coordinate all the units of the defense, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Army. All these things we need a sector minister that will work on them. And I think it's appropriate and it's a very needful.
Will you be disappointed if the president decide not to appoint any substantive minister and allows the actor forcing the finance minister to go ahead with the finance ministry? Will you be disappointed in the next and a half years ahead of us?
Yeah, as I said it, the finance minister is already loaded because it's a very difficult and it's a very big ministry. So the caseload may be so much on him. And because he's already handled a very sensitive ministry, it's appropriate that we get another person who can give full-time work to the defense. And I think that should be the appropriate thing that we're looking for. But we cannot force the president. Know that the president is equally looking at this delay. And the president is not considering. Sure, the president is doing everything possible to be able to get another minister, but a very competent, very experienced, somebody who understands the nuances of skill, who understands the defense corporations agreement, bilateral, trilateral relations, multilateral. So the president is equally looking for that, and I'm sure at the right time, the president will nominate somebody to take up so that we can relieve the finance minister to concentrate on the economy and move the country economy forward, and another manning the defense and strengthening Ghana's external relations. That is what I think we are looking for, and I'm sure His Excellency John Mahama will certainly at the right time do this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much for today, and we are very sorry for delaying you today. Professor Daniel Dramani Kepo is an international relations expert and security analyst. I'm told Dr. Johnny Timfojo is still with us. Honorable, let me give you 2 minutes because we have 3 minutes to run away. So let me give you 2 minutes. What else can you say? Fabibika Hona Yempo.
Yeah, they may make an study Ghana for Eka, and I may make a. The Ghana for can say, Omampeni Mahama, what the Yabam wants them at the agro for 10 months. A brasso, Peobi, na appointing, and on a prerogative. Na Chumswa, Ubia, a near for policies and Tonche. Dangerous, sir, Yabam wants them, Rebellion Achum, near Casta, finance minister, when a BBNC, Noma as the Dawson. Sister folks who cry to me and Coposo, Senya Breku, Volta region, Tema, the Seaho, Paris, to me on a senior noon, and to me bar as close as 30-35 nautical miles. Because you don't even have a defense minister. And we have many external partners. Our more air shed the air coastal. And when defense minister cry, won't to me, you are indecisive, won't to me appoint here. There's a one case you don't take your security serious. And so, just like President BI appointed ministers or Babem, when you swear in, the first 3 appointments will be finance, defense, and one other. Finance, defense, and one other. And sometimes the third one can be energy or education, depending on, but as for finance and defense, they always go together. They always are number 1, number 2 to each other. And it's also 10 months in Ghana, no, and when he said, you be demand say appoint the defense minister and they open Abeya, Ghana for the then build the deaf ears now we're paying them. What else should we do? And we are saying that if you respect the soldiers are calling for proper leadership of their sector. If you respect teachers, won't be my teachers and Namwa minister. So in the same way, if you respect the soldiers, you will give them a minister who will ensure that the full complement of the defense leadership is constituted and that the full complement of the National Security Council is constituted. Omampeni, 10 months is more than enough.
All right.
Nobody's asking for environmental minister.
Yeah, Thomas, but just a 10 seconds of this. Without the defense ministry, defense minister, a bit to be a bar, Masada. So we pursue would it be easier? And because the president is commander in chief, say ain't easy, Sana.
Oh, and it's not something I want to respond to.
Okay, all right.
I will not respond to it. But they make kind of say very dangerous and reckless.
Thank you very much.
Defense. Now, what Becca said will be BNC, is to say that we don't even need vice president.
Thank you very much.
Then we don't need education minister.
Right.
We don't need communications minister. Yes, and let's do the right thing. It's a constitutional mandate.
Okay. Thank you very much. Honorable John Intim-Fojo is a ranking member, Parliamentary Select Committee on Defense and Interior. And I'm going to say, acting leadership, blah, 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 blah. People are calling for a defense minister. All right, Unisa Foley, myself, and Derek Kwan Befi. Yani Keka and Semi Buma, Mesume presented at the Mamo. You heard Dr. Victor Dok, security conflict analyst, Honorable Intim-Fojo, Nicholas Amankwa, and of course, Professor Dramani Kipo, Associate Professor, Legon Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy, University of Ghana, Abdul Salam Mustafa, National Youth Organizer for the Patriotic Party. Nyame Adumo Chinebese Shia or the Digest. Bye-bye.